Okay, good evening, everybody. My mic was muted for a second. Welcome to another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast, where I am one of your hosts, Quint Jones. My sister will be up here shortly. I pray that everybody had a blessed and prosperous day on today. Remember, prosperity is not just finances, God deals with us holistically. So, He deals with the total body, mind, soul, spirit. It's not just finances. So I pray that everyone's day is productive. Everybody is investing in themselves and doing what they need to do concerning them. So this evening, I'm going to start with a few announcements because I am excited about what the Lord is doing. And my sister has a topic. So I don't want to tap into her topic, but I'm so excited. As y'all know, I'm going to start with the event in September, September 22nd and the 23rd. We will be in Carrollton, Georgia at my conference. It's called Revive, Reload, and Reset. Your pain has purpose. When I tell you we have some dynamic speakers that are going to be there, God is truly moving by his spirit. We have Dr. K. We all know and love her. She is a returning guest on our show. Listen, she is going to minister on both nights. We have Pastor Eva Barber. Oh, Jesus. Listen, when I say a woman that brings and lives the word, she will be there. We have my sister, Coco Fenton. We have my pastor, Pastor Andre Mitchell. And I will also be ministering. Now, we have a musical guest. Who minister Billy Bradley. Listen, we had him on the show on Monday night. He will be ministering on those two nights. We also have y'all don't want to miss it. Listen. You don't want to miss it. Um, we also have some praise dancers coming. We have a dynamic MC. We are going to have a blessed weekend on that weekend. Now, if you all want to go, I put in my website. If you type in quintjones.com/events, there is a early bird coupon code for those of you that want to get your tickets early. If you type in that coupon code, all tickets are 50% off. So that is general admission and VIP. All you have to do is type in early bird at checkout. So I'm excited about what the Lord is doing. He's bringing the people, he's showing favor, he's showing up, and he's showing out as he normally does. And July 29th, we all know Coco is doing her virtual conference. She is putting the save the date up real soon. So you all don't want to miss that. She also has some dynamic speakers coming. I'm going to allow her to let you know which speakers are going to be there when she comes up. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be doing a worship night in August. Y'all going to hear more about that. Ooh, Jesus. May 20th, Dr. K is doing her conference in Newport News, Virginia. Um, Yes, she will be doing her conference in Newport News, Virginia, and also in August 18th and 19th, she'll be doing a conference in Newport News, Virginia. So you all don't want to miss these events. Listen, and we got more to come. I am so excited about what God is doing in this season. And not only is he working with us spiritually, but he's also working in our individual lives. And that is so important. Listen, as it is natural, it is spiritual. He can't elevate you in the spiritual realm and not elevate you in the natural realm. It goes hand in hand. You have to prepare yourself for what's coming, for what he's about to do and how he's about to do it. Listen, if you're asking him for something, be ready for what you're asking for. Because if you're praying for something, you're going to get it. And if you're not ready for it, you're not going to be a good steward over it. So it's so important for you to be ready for what's coming to you. Did you hear what I said? Be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. He said he will give you your heart's desire. But if your desire for something is not lining up with your preparation and he give it to you, it's not going to be a good thing. You're going to lose it. And then you're going to have to go in a cycle. We don't want to go in cycles in the season anymore. It's not worth it to go in a cycle. So, listen, hold on one second. So, listen, I'm sorry, just had an emergency text, but I am back. So, listen, it is so important for us to prepare for what we're asking for what we're in need of, and to also speak it. We need to change what comes out of our mouth. Words have power, and it's so important for us to believe what we speak. A lot of times, we're constantly talking about triggers. How about we change that? We're talking about anxiety. How about we talk about what's in the scripture? God said you don't have to be anxious for anything. We need to change our mindset in this season. We need to change our way of thinking. We need to change our vocabulary. Yes, there are some things that are going to provoke us. However, we do not have to allow it to provoke us. We need to take a moment and respond and not react. Hey, Sanat, how you doing? If we take that moment and respond and not react, then we won't get so easily provoked. Sometimes we just need to walk away. When I tell you silence is sometimes the best communication, walking away takes courage. Closing your mouth takes courage. Because if you're anything like me, I know my temper can be quick. But God said to be angry and sin not. I know, as you all say, I can go from 1 to 100 in a matter of seconds. However, in this season, it's not worth it. I have the mindset that I have too much to lose, and I am not willing to lose it behind foolishness. Not everybody is happy for where you're going. Not everybody is happy for what you're doing in this season. Some people that are around you, that is around you, are jealous of where the Lord is taking you. Everybody cannot go where you are going. So if people begin to fall off, it's okay. Don't try to get them back because a lot of times God is moving your enemies. You don't even have to move them, He's moving them. Yes, peace is so important, and you have to create your own peace. You don't have to allow someone to take you out of character. I'm learning to catch my mouth because, and I'm just going to be transparent. When I tell y'all, starting the end of last year, I cussed so much, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not even me. So why am I allowing people to take me out of character? It's not worth it. Some people don't deserve your energy. If they are going to take you out of character, that you don't need to be around them. If you can't handle your attitude around these people, you don't need to be around them. If you have to conform to their way of speaking, you don't need to be around them. How come they can't conform to you? How come they can't walk in the things that you walk in? Why are they trying to pull you out of the spiritual realm? Why do you allow it? It's up to you to change your mindset. It's up to you to change your vocabulary. It's up to you to change your way of thinking. Nobody can do that for you. When I get up in the morning and I say, this is the day the Lord have made, I will rejoice and be glad in it. I truly mean I'm going to rejoice and be glad in the day that He gave me, because He didn't have to wake me up this morning. So I'm going to make every moment count. I'm going to make sure that I do what He tells me to do. That means walking in obedience even when I don't feel like it, when I don't want to, when I'm when my flesh is weak, when I'm asking why or I don't understand it, I'm still going to walk in obedience. It's so important. It's so important. Yes, we know the old cussing we did. Thank God we don't act like we used to. I know that's right, so that you always up here trying to be the witness. Listen, my daughter's up here. She's trying to bring me the baby, and he's going to act up, and she don't realize I'm on a podcast, but he's gonna act all the way up, y'all. So here's the little one, and he's going to act up, and she's gonna have to come get him. But as I was stating, we really need to learn how to change. Yes, catching the word. We need to learn how to catch ourselves, as Sinette said, when we're about to react instead of respond. See, when you respond, you take a moment. You think about what you're about to say. You think about how you can hinder someone with the words that's going to come out of your mouth. And look, I've been saying for a few weeks now, everything that we say, everything that we do, it sows a seed. And we can no longer just intentionally hurt somebody. It's not right. Why would you intentionally hurt someone with your words? The same words that you bless somebody with, you're going to curse somebody with? Not so. That's not okay. If you be careful about what you have to say, listen, this is how I look at it. If I say something negative, it can come back on me. You reap what you sow, or it can come back on my children. So, why, yes, karma comes back. Why am I going to mistreat or harm someone with my words? Because them words are dangerous. They're sharper than a two-edged sword. Your words have power. They can make or break someone. Do you hear the amount of people that walk around with scars because somebody told them they're never going to be anything, or somebody told them they can't accomplish something, or they're not doing anything with their life? Listen, it's so important for us to be careful what we say to people. You're supposed to encourage others. And if you don't have anybody encouraging you, you encourage yourself. Hey, cousin Shirley, you encourage yourself. Sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and tell yourself, you don't need anybody to validate you. I'm beautiful. I look good. I'm smart. I am important. I am going to make the most of my day. I'm going to accomplish what I set out to do on today. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am above and not beneath. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Listen, I'm telling you, your words have power and you say it until you believe it. Yes, it does. Sometimes it does hurt the love. And your blessing, listen, and let me say this, just because someone set out and hurt you does not mean for you to go out and get revenge. Forgiveness is in order because a lot of times, think about your life. Think about how you may have hurt God, but He forgives us 70 times, 7 times a day. When we strayed away, He forgave us. He's married to the backslider. He allowed us to come back. I'm not saying be anybody's doormat, but forgiveness is for you. Do not allow other people to control your life. Do not allow circumstances and situations to control your life. Do not walk in forgiveness in this season. Get back on the potter's wheel if you got off. Get back to your first love, which is the Lord. Walk in the things of Him, and you will start to see some changes take place in your life. If you wondering why things are stagnant, look in the mirror. If you're wondering why you're attracting the same type of people, look in the mirror. What are you doing? Think about it. How are you hindering yourself? Because a lot of time we talk about they did this and they did that. But you are the they. But you don't want to accept that. They can only do what you allow. And as long as you're allowing it, it's going to continue to happen. So at some point, you have to decide when you're going to stop hurting you and when you're going to forgive you for hurting you. Let's think about that for a second. We need to forgive ourselves. We don't need to walk in guilt and condemnation. Hey, LHG, we don't need to walk in guilt and condemnation. We have to walk in forgiveness. Come join me, LHG, if you can. We have to walk in forgiveness concerning everything that has taken place in our lives. Listen, in the beginning, when you're a child, you don't have control over what happened to you. When you pass away from this earth, you don't have control. But everything else that happens, you have control over. It's time for us to take control of our lives. And yes, I said us. It's time for us to take control of our lives. Sanette said, I ignore and try talking calm, counting, etc. I messed up a lot, but God has brought me back. Yes. And I love your transparency, Sanette, because we all messed up. There is none perfect but the Father. We all went astray. We all used our words to hurt somebody. Listen, for me, it came easy. It flowed with no problem. But when you get to know who you are and what you're capable of, you realize, listen, I don't want to hurt people. I want to love on people. I want to push people into their destiny. I want to show people how to come out of some of the mess that they're in. I want to show people how I came out of some of the mess that I was in. I had to make a decision. And it was a hard decision. And it took a lot of courage for me to come out of some of the mess that I was in. And when I wasn't ready to come out, guess what? I stayed in it and I continued to do what I had to do, no matter what it was, no matter what the situation was. If I did not have the strength to leave it or let it go, I did not let it go. I'm just being real with y'all on tonight. I had to truly pray, get some courage, and say, Lord, help me through this. Help me to come out of it because it's not beneficial to me. What are you allowing to have access to you that's not beneficial to you? Are you even benefiting yourself with some of the things that you're doing? Let's think about that for a moment. What are some of the things that you're doing that's hurting you, that you're showing your children that you should not be showing your children? That you're not living by example and you know you should be living by example, because at all times somebody is watching you. Even if you're just stepping out your house to go to church or go to the store, at all times someone is watching you. They can tell you when you leave the house, they can tell you when you get back, they can tell you, sometimes they can tell you what you did. You think you're doing stuff in secret. You sneaking that man up in your house. Listen, they seen it. So be careful. Be careful. Yes, using words hurt worse than hands. And that scar is great. It stays around longer because it's an emotional and a mental scar. It's not worth it. Why would you leave that type of scar on somebody? Why would you leave that type of scar on yourself? Because some of us, we mistreat ourselves. We tell ourselves, we start to believe the labels that we were called. So we begin to tell ourselves that we're not worthy and it's not worth it. Or I can't win for losing. No, that's not it. Everything that you have gone through for a purpose. And that purpose, 9 times out of 10, wasn't for you. So if you learn, you take the positive out of the negative and learn from it, there's a reason for everything. What is the lesson in the situation? How can you help somebody grow through what you already been through? How could you help cultivate the next person? LHG said that's true. We internalize what's been said about us and we begin to act the part. And that's so true. That is so true. We begin to act like if somebody say, "Oh, that's just a fast tail girl," what we show them, the promiscuous part of us. But they don't know why we're acting fast. They don't understand that it may have been an inappropriate touch and that spirit is inside. Or we're looking for love in all the wrong places because we didn't get that love. Or the void that's in our life because our father figure wasn't there. And we're looking for that father figure. They don't understand. But they will continue to label by what they so called see. And most of the time, when you see something in somebody else, it's because it's in you. And that's why it's easy for you to label it. But you won't tell anybody what you've been through. You won't tell anybody how you used to act. You want to act holier than thou, but you don't want to say, listen, I identify with you. I came out of this. I used to be in the clubs picking up this one and that one. I used to have my booty calls. I used to do this and I used to do that. Nobody looks at the root. Exactly. We may not always understand it ourselves without God, therapy, and a real friend. And that is so true. In order to heal, you have to get to the root of the problem. You can stop doing what you're doing if you're acting in a negative manner. But yes, as LHG said, therapy is important. You need someone to talk to. You need someone to pour out those emotions to that's not going to judge you. You need to be able to just talk to a friend, somebody that can identify with you so that your healing can start to take place. And you need to forgive yourself. That's so important. Do not hold on to guilt and shame because you went through some things, because your situation is not your fault. Your circumstance is not your fault. What you've been through as a child is not your fault. And now is not the time to give up. Now is not the time to give in. God truly has your back. He has you. And you didn't go through this for nothing. Your life is worth it. Stand strong. Stand upright. Change your behavior. Change your mindset. We're always willing to talk if you need somebody to talk to. LHG, y'all hear her on her critical conversations. Listen, she go deep. Those of you that are up here with me and Coco, y'all know we don't have a problem. And even Fred, there's somebody for everybody. You decide who you want to talk to. Y'all know last year I stayed in trouble on the podcast constantly. But this year I decided to socialize and stay out the corner. But I also decided to work on me. I also decided to build me up because I had some things going on that I needed to deal with concerning me. And in that, yes, I still reached out to other people. Hey, LHG,
Hey, hey, hey.
welcome. Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
up.
Absolutely.
Y'all welcome my sister, LHG, Critical Conversations.
Woo-woo.
But as I was saying, um, last year I really had to take time to look in the mirror and say, Quint,
Okay.
you got some things you need to work on.
Mhm.
You have some things that you need to fix concerning you.
Wow.
You got to stand stronger concerning your situation. You can't help others come out of something that you're in.
Ooh.
So you got to live by example.
Right.
Not just lead, but live by
Yes.
example.
Yes.
It's so important.
It is. It is. I think that we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. And for those of us who were brought up in church, we have learned how to fit in and become a chameleon and just blend in with what the crowd is doing. And we lose the essence of who we are, and we feel as though we have this pressure to perform a certain way. Um, Apostle Pam Morgan, a good sister of mine, she called it being performance driven.
Hmm.
So you have to always perform a certain way for validation or for approval, and that's been my life.
Right.
When you are task oriented and you feel as though I have to people please, I think it's you lose so much of yourself until you become unrecognizable.
Hmm.
And
That's right.
you cover your wounds, you put on the makeup, you put on the outfit, you put on all the right stuff to appear to be functional. But in
Mhm.
fact, you're so broken. If they only knew what was up under all of that,
Mhm.
it would probably scare them.
That's right.
And but now I don't know if it's COVID. I don't know what happened, but now we're hearing more about self love.
Mhm.
I know in my day growing up, that wasn't even a thing.
Right.
You were taught to work hard, hustle, grind. As a woman, make these babies,
Mhm.
be a good wife,
Mhm.
clean up your house, cook the
That's
food.
right. That's it.
That's kind of what we were taught. Be a help me, and there's nothing wrong with doing all of that stuff. But what about you? What
Right.
about who you are? Just because you become a wife or
Mhm.
a mom doesn't mean you no longer have an identity,
Right.
and
And
we forget that.
and listen. So, just to elaborate a little bit, we were taught to exist and not live.
Ooh, wow. Yes.
And, and yes, let me tell you, in 2009, when I got my divorce, the first divorce, I was married for 11 years.
Wow.
And when I tell you, I had to reintroduce myself to people, it was literally my name is Aquinas, last name is now Jones. Please do not call me Renegade's wife anymore.
Okay.
I have my own identity.
True. Come on here.
And that's why I started the ministry, You Have a Name.
Wow.
Because when you get married, a lot of times people forget that you have your own. I had an identity before I got married.
Yes.
I am my own person. I have ministry inside of me.
Yes.
I am an individual. I'm not just Mumu and Dede's mother. I'm not just Renegade's secretary and his wife and his this and his that. Listen,
Hmm. Hmm.
my life has destiny. That's how it was birthed.
Wow.
It was birthed out of my pain, out of the abuse that I was in.
Wow.
I
Wow.
was helping women to come out, and the Lord said, you're living a double standard.
Jesus.
How are you in this and you're helping other women to come out? But I didn't recognize what I was dealing with.
Right.
And I had begun to study on abuse, and I realized, okay, well, he's not laying hands on me, but verbally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually,
Hmm.
I'm being beat to hell.
Ooh wee. Wow. Wow.
And Sinette, yes, them words will cause somebody to want to end their life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so sad. We forget that. There's so many people that has attempted
Oh my God.
on between last year and this year. Listen, it's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Mm.
And it's young people, old people,
Church.
deaf church people. Death does not discriminate.
Mm.
And if the enemy could take you out of here, you better believe that's what he is going to attempt to do.
Yes.
But we have to stop looking at all these distractions. We
Oh.
have to stop yielding to him. Yes,
Mhm.
sometimes we are in denial about our abuse.
Oh
That is
yeah.
so true.
Anytime we
That
become
is so
kind of
true.
comfortable in it, it becomes sometimes familiar. And in many cases, women have gone back to certain abusers or back to situations that they know were dangerous, but we don't know anything else. We don't, at least it can't surprise me. So I'll just go back to it. I know
Right.
the devil you know, as
Eh,
people say, the devil you know.
that right there.
Wow.
Right there. I'd rather deal with the devil I know than get me a new devil.
Wow.
Because at least I know that devil is only going to go but so far.
Mhm.
And that's the sad part. You shouldn't have to deal with that, but we learn to adapt. And
Yes.
we forget that God has given us the capability to do stuff on our own. We're so scared of being alone, we'll rather be with a half a person
Yes.
than be made whole.
Yes.
We'll rather be with that person that is claiming they love us and knocking us up upside our head, not only with words, but also with hands,
Mm-hmm.
than for us to stand alone on our 2 feet and say, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. And then the sad part is some that get the courage is more dangerous for them.
Right. I can remember
Why?
growing up, Quinn, I remember my grandmother had this rule. She felt that no young lady should leave home until they were getting married. She didn't think a woman should live on her own. And
Hmm.
I'm wondering if a woman not experiencing life on her own cripples her because she goes from her mom's home, mom and dad, or just mom, to marriage
Right.
without experiencing adult life being on your own.
Hmm.
But she only could teach what she was taught.
Right.
That's what that particular generation born in the 1920s.
Hmm.
You get married at dang near 14,
Hmm.
but you don't get a chance to experience adulthood, travel, enjoying life, and you just go from your family's home into a marriage. And some
Hmm.
things you don't get used to. So now here you are 30 and 40 years later, you've only lived with someone. You've had a mom, you had a husband or two. And now here comes living alone and you live in fear.
Right.
If you've never experienced going home alone, being okay in your own skin, fixing dinner for one, then you literally may just be yearning for just anyone to fill that void.
Hmm. And that's true.
Scary. That's scary.
Hmm. That's true.
Hmm.
But a lot of people, they move out so quick
Mm.
because that was what they were taught to.
Wow.
So they were taught, okay, you just go get you a man and that's it. Or how you get over one man is get under another man.
Woo.
But
Rebound.
where is my healing process?
Yeah.
You never hear about that.
Right.
Where is, okay, let me be independent for a second. Why do I just have to run to a man?
Hmm.
Why do I need that man to constantly do for me
Right.
when I can do for myself? I'm very capable. And
Right.
I'm not saying a woman does not need a man, but a woman needs to learn who she is
Absolutely.
first
Absolutely.
and then get her a man. And this way, this woman is whole. This man prayerfully is whole. Now you come together as whole and you enhance each other.
Yes.
Not you broken, I'm broken. Now we coming together and we thinking two broken people make a whole. No, baby. Two
Hmm.
broken people is two broken people. And it's not going to work. You're gonna either make it worse and break each other down some more. Now you got more hurt to get over, and you got another soul tie to try to heal from.
Yes. Yes.
And once again, we're repeating a cycle. And
Yeah.
after that relationship ends, we're going into another relationship.
Yep, absolutely. And that comes from
We
insecurity and low self esteem as well.
exactly.
From not really seeing yourself as being worthy.
Mhm.
It's almost as though, and society has helped to put this in our mind. If you look at commercials and TV shows, it's like if you aren't married by a certain age, if you haven't had your first child by a certain
Mhm.
age, something is wrong with you.
Mhm.
And if you're single for too long, what's the question? When you gonna get married? When you gonna can
When
you
can I get my grandbaby?
I mean, why are you pressuring me to attach myself to someone because you think that's what women do?
Mhm.
Not everybody's desire is to be married. Not everybody's desire is to be a mother, and that
Mhm.
makes you no less of a woman.
Mhm.
And I think that we have perpetuated this ideal of You must get married. You must have kids. You must do these by these certain ages. And
Mhm.
that pressure that's put on us, and you go to the family function and you look at you like, why are you the only one by yourself? It's okay. I'm
That's
good.
right. That's
I'm
right.
good. I'd
Mhm.
rather experience, that than be attached to someone I'm not supposed to be attached to.
Mhm.
So sometimes people in general and society and social media and everything else make it seem as though you have to do a certain thing. We got to be stronger than that, though.
But this
It's
is
your
the
life.
thing. Social media, society, they put on this mask.
Yes.
So when you're out in public, okay, y'all look real good together. Because
Hmm.
this is, let me tell you, when me and my ex-husband will walk down the street or walk through a park, people be like, I love Black Love. Oh my God, y'all are so in love. Y'all look so good together. But when we go home, he belittling me. He talking to me any kind of way. It's all this verbal abuse. He down talking me in front of my kids. But Black Love, the
Hmm.
mask is so beautiful. Listen, the mask makes it look real beautiful.
It does.
But internally, I'm hurt.
Ooh.
I'm dying. My skin is black. I won't even dress the part. I'm wearing bleached up sweatpants that's two sizes too big on a daily basis
Wow.
because I had no self esteem.
Hmm.
Can't say low, I had none.
Wow. Hmm. I get that.
So we need to be careful when we choose these people and we're not healed. Because, like I told y'all before, I before we got married, the abuse was there.
Wow.
But I allowed somebody to project what they wanted on me. I
Hmm.
didn't want it necessarily, but I didn't know I didn't want it. Because it
Hmm.
was like, you need to be in this prayer line and believe in God for this marriage every single Sunday. You come up there and God is going to do it. And that's what I did. I was a babe in Christ and didn't know no better.
Wow.
So I allowed it to happen.
Hmm.
And then when I saw that ring, woo, you couldn't tell me nothing. That
Ooh.
sparkling piece of jewelry. Listen,
Mm.
don't allow people to project what's not real on you. If you know you're already going through it, marriage is not going to make it better.
It's not gonna cure it. It may even get worse.
Having a baby is not going to make it better. He going to feel trapped. If he's not doing right now, he's not going to do right then. And if you, the woman, is not doing right now, you're not going to do right after. So
Mhm.
do not get this contract that's going to make it harder for you to get out because
Hmm.
you're trying to hold on to something that is not real.
Right. And don't worry about your biological clock
Oh,
or the
Jesus.
pressure of people saying you should have been at this particular point by now. Nobody should be able to dictate at what point you get married or have a child. Let God do what God needs to do. Enjoy your singleness, get to know who you are, the fullness of who you are, who God made you, get to know God in an intimate way, and let that thing happen when it's supposed to happen. Because if you're going to go by your, I'm getting too old, I'm getting this, don't do that.
That's right.
Don't do that. You can put yourself through unnecessary trauma and drama when you're just trying to, well, I guess I'm 40, so I might as well, go ahead and take care of this now. Mm-mm. Don't do that. And get to a place where you are so self aware of who you are and enjoy
Yes.
the, of who you are. I used to go to the movie or dinner by myself and just enjoy my own self. Just
That's
sit back,
right.
eat my popcorn. And
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Not at all. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing anything that's it's not time for you to do. You could even have the right person, but the wrong timing.
That's right.
Be
That's
very careful of that.
hmm That's right. Hey y'all, our sister just came up here. Welcome, Coco. She was just dealing with an emergency, and that's why she's late. But she is here, and we're gonna let her have some words, y'all.
Um,
Mhm.
um, First of all, hey everybody. I hope everybody is well. If you're not, we're gonna speak that you're gonna be well. Amen.
Amen.
Um,
Dang.
let's just get straight to the point. Um, what happened? The situation that took place at my front door was pretty much what I was going to come up to talk about tonight. Um, but it physically took place literally at my door.
Jesus.
Um, and so I need to, this is for the ladies. Okay. So I need y'all to hear me and hear me well. Okay. First of all, love is not supposed to hurt.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Okay. I need to make that painfully clear. Love is not supposed to hurt. Love ain't supposed to threaten you. Love ain't supposed to put you down. Love ain't supposed to do none of that. Love ain't supposed to have you walking around with your eyes black and blue and you
No.
call this love.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not love. Okay, that's called somebody got a problem and they need help.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what that's called because that is not love. If you came up being beat, that was not love.
That's
No.
right.
If you walk into your adulthood with the same thing, then baby, you need to get delivered.
Mhm.
Okay, because you have just bought this stuff and it has just tagged along with you
Yeah.
Mhm.
throughout your lifetime, and the curses and the generational stuff need to be broke off
That's
Yeah.
right.
because it got to stop somewhere.
Mhm.
Okay, because if you allow it to continue, it's gonna fall on your children,
That's right.
Yeah.
and so you got to put a stop to it somewhere. Um, the biggest takeaway that I want anybody to take from tonight, I had a conversation with a lady who happened to be an addict. Okay, at one point in her life. At the point in time when she was an addict, she put her drugs that she was chasing over her children,
Yeah.
over anything. She put her drugs in front of it. Okay. Now, if you have never been an addict, you ain't never dealt with an addict, you don't understand. So before you go and judge somebody that is one,
Mhm.
shut your mouth
That's
Right.
right.
until you understand what put them there. Okay. Because you don't understand what made them become an addict in the first place.
Yeah.
All right. So when you go and you just start judging people and you don't have the right to judge, remember that when you judge somebody else, somebody is also judging you.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay. So I need you to make yourself very aware of that. But this is the problem that I had with my interview talking to her. And it wasn't even an interview. I don't even know how it turned into that, but that's what it turned into. But she said, the day that I could have lost my life, I went to church folk for help. And instead of them helping me, they looked at me, they laughed, and they shut the door in my face.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus. My
Now,
God.
mind you, this is the day that she could have died.
Yes.
Okay? On the day that she could have died, the place where you're supposed to be able to go and get help,
Come on. Hospital.
that's supposed to be the spiritual hospital,
Jesus.
shut the door in her face and laughed at her.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Can you imagine what impact that made on her life
Right.
when it erased any possibility of her wanting to know who God was,
Absolutely.
at least through them.
Mhm.
Right.
So I say I'm saying what I'm saying because you got to be careful how you handle people.
You
That's
better
right.
be.
You got to be very careful how you handle people because the Bible says, "Woe unto them that scatter the flock."
Ooh.
Mhm.
The Bible tells you this, and I guess they forgot that scripture when they closed the door in her face and laughed at her.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm saying this because I love church and I love God, but
Yes.
I dislike church people.
Mhm.
Okay, I have an issue with church people
Mm-hmm.
because church people is
Because the Bible says,
exactly
"Woe unto them
what
that
you
scatter the
say
father's
they
hey,
are.
the Bible tells you this.
Right.
The church folk don't act like Christ,
Mm-mm.
No, many of them don't.
and
The
a lot of them do not have the fear of the Lord in them either.
That's
yeah.
right.
And so, I realized that a lot of so-called quote unquote church people have hurt people.
That's right.
Okay, and this is where we get that term church hurt. That's where
Mm-hmm.
it started.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it
Yeah.
started. And this is the thing that people that I need y'all to understand. The church did not hurt you, the people did.
That's right.
And so when we run and use that term church hurt, it wasn't the church that did it. Even though we supposed to be the walking church on 2 feet,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't the church that did it, it was the person.
That's
People.
right.
And so we have to understand that I'm talking about this because I need us to be aware of how we handle people on a day-to-day basis,
Yes.
right? When you handle people wrongly, baby, you're gonna reap what you sow.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Trust me when I tell you you're gonna reap what you sow. The Bible tells you you're gonna reap what you sow.
Mm.
And now this young lady, who is no longer an addict,
Mm.
was an evangelist for the Lord.
Jesus.
But
Jesus.
she had to go through that first.
Yes.
Mm.
And it's the fact of the matter that who did it to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because we bless the Lord because this lady was plastered all over the TV, y'all. I can't. You would have to go um to see her story. You have to go to. It's called The Unseen, and it was on True Crime Network.
Wow.
Okay. This guy that could have killed her killed a total of 85 women.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Buried them all in his front and backyard and in the crawl space in his house.
Jesus.
And she could have been number 86.
Ooh.
She was the only one that got away.
Ooh.
Jesus.
My God, today.
And the thing of it is, God had a
Hey,
plan.
Simone.
God
Yes.
had a plan because she could have ended up like everybody else.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is how she got away. Got away because he thought that he was about to kill her and he pushed her out a 3-flight window
Jesus.
and she
Ooh.
didn't die. When she hit the ground, she laid there long enough for him to walk away from the window and she got up and ran down the street naked.
Mm.
Ooh.
So I'm telling you, God got a plan for everybody.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
it
it does.
does.
And
Does.
we may not understand the plan right then and there, but he
Jesus.
got a plan for everybody. She's
Thank
been sober since that day.
Jesus.
She say every day is still a fight for her because she just don't understand why
Mm-hmm.
he chose to keep her and not them.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
And so at the end of the day, a lot of people always say, why me? Why me? Why not you?
That's
Right.
right.
Why not you? When we want to put ourselves in the same category as other people, you can't because it says many are called but few are
You are
chosen.
chosen. That's right.
And she just happened to be one of the chosen.
Ooh.
And I say that because it's her story stuck out and sticks out just so prominently to me. And it's just the fact of when you relay what happened to her with the wonderful church people, you don't even realize who you laughed at.
Come
That's
on
right.
You
here.
don't realize who you just shut the door in her and you didn't even know who she was.
Ooh.
There was not even a shine of help. You just closed the door right
Mm.
in the face
Mm.
and you laugh.
Thankful.
Jesus.
Why? What was the need? But the question is, did he use the church folk like they used Judas for Jesus?
Mm.
Mm.
You understand? Did he allow them to close the door in her face so that she could go to the right church
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm.
and get help? Because she couldn't get it from where she went.
Mm.
And
Mm.
so, sometimes I realize that, you know, we run And we've all had that place where we was running trying to find something because we were trying to fill a void.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we filled that void with the wrong thing too many times.
That's
Too
right.
many.
And if we look back on our life, all of our lives could have ended
That's
Oh,
right.
several times.
earlier. A couple times could have ended way earlier,
Come
That's
on here.
you
right.
know, because of the choices and the stuff that we was chasing, trying to
Truth
fill
be
a void.
told. Truth be
You know
told.
what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I understand that it's not, you don't like to be lonely. I get it.
Right.
I get it. But there's better ways to fill a void.
So
That's
many.
right.
Find a hobby to fill your void. Don't go chasing no man to fill your void. No,
Mm.
I can't tell you not to go chase a drug because when something is calling you and is ecking you like that, temptation is real.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, the enemy know what the heart wants.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Jesus know what we want, what we desire, so does the enemy.
my
And the
God.
enemy will make it available to you
Yes, he will.
Mm.
when God will tell you to wait. You catch it? You catch that? The
Wow.
enemy will make it available to you ahead of before time when God is telling you to wait because he's trying to prepare you for it. And so at the end of the day, I need you to understand what is going on. Stop trying to fill a void with the wrong thing.
Ooh.
Because trying to fill a void with the wrong thing might cost you your life,
Mm-hmm.
especially in this season.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I,
Because now we already know that the enemy don't play fair. And he really ain't playing fair now.
No.
Because now everything is dying.
mm,
And he doesn't value the lifespan. He wants to shut your life down now as
Ooh.
it is. So what better way to get you by tempting you with what you want and killing you when you get it?
Dear God.
So
can I,
I need you to be aware of what the enemy tactics is.
My
It
God.
says that his thing is to kill, steal, and destroy. The first one was kill. So what do you think he's trying to do?
mm-hmm.
You understand? The first thing he do is kill off your future,
Mm.
steal your life force, and destroy what God has put in place.
Yes.
I need y'all to understand where we at right now.
Let me
Ooh.
say this, Coco, because
Yeah.
we didn't get to talk, y'all. And Coco came up here and just confirmed everything. She just said everything that LHG and I said. LHG was in the comments for some of it, but then she came up. She just came up here and said everything that I said. I didn't know what she wanted to talk about. Y'all got it in two different ways, but y'all got the exact same words and
Wow.
the exact same message. So that's a confirmation in a matter of moments. So y'all need to really take heed to the word that's coming forward. That's a warning. It's a warning.
Yes, it is.
So please look in the mirror in this season.
Yes.
Take heed to what's going on around you. It's so important right now in this season.
My God.
Coco, back to you.
And no, and she's right. I did not tell her because tonight was supposed to be Q&A. So this was not what we were supposed to be talking about. And
That's
I did
right.
not tell her what I was going to talk about. I told her that other things needed to be addressed, and I never said what. And
Hmm.
so, um, I just need y'all. I understand that we are in a time where everybody want to be booed up.
Hmm.
I get it. I get it. But what happens when you booed up next to a rapist unaware?
What
Mm,
cost? At what cost?
mm.
What happened when you booed up next to a toxic narcissist
Hmm.
that at any moment is just ready to take your head off?
That's right.
What happened when you booed up to that? Because I'm telling you, they know how to put on the facade, y'all.
Yes, they do.
They know how to look real good for you, and they come wrapped up in that package that you ever so kindly told the Lord that you wanted.
And the
Hmm.
sad part is we hide it. We don't come out and expose it when it happened, when that red flag hit. We hide it. And like it's gonna get better. No, it's not. It's going to get worse.
Listen, Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's so important right now that if you want to chase something, chase His will for you.
Please.
Yes.
Chase His will for you. Focus on that, and everything else you want will be added to you.
That's it.
The Bible tells you that. So if you want to chase something, chase His will.
That's it.
If that's the case, I'll be trucking His will down. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Like that, and not this other stuff. And trust me, before I got married, y'all, I won't chasing no dude. I ain't never been no dude chaser. Okay. At the end of the day, if I wanted one, I could have one. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That chasing one won't for me, and that's not my stilo. Ain't never been my portion. All
Mm-mm.
right. So I'm telling you, like at the end of the day, I get it. I get it. But find you some friends that y'all could get together, go out and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, find a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Put your face in the book and read it.
That's it.
Fine.
Gain some knowledge. Yeah, okay.
Oh
But
my God.
gain some knowledge. Do
Yes.
something else with your time
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
that you're not sitting idle. Because idle minds
That's the devil's playground, right?
Yes.
come up with some stuff that we don't need to be thinking about
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't mind that. I mean, they have always said that was the devil playground.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But when you start getting idle, y'all think about it, and let's be real. Let's be real, good and transparent tonight. When your mind go to wondering, it go to wondering for real.
It sure
Mm-hmm.
does.
And sometimes them wayward thoughts
Yes.
turn into action.
That's right.
Absolutely. If you're not
Well,
careful.
after you go do something, you can't
Mm-hmm.
undo it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
you have to be careful what you do in this season at this time in your life. Because I'm telling you, 2023 is a pivotal point.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
We're all not even nowhere near ready for what's going to happen in the next 3 months.
Hmm.
In the next 90 days,
Mm.
I'm telling you, in the next 90 days,
Amen.
you need to prepare.
That's
mm-hmm.
right.
The next 6 months, you need to prepare.
That's right.
This is preparation time. Time for you
Mm-hmm.
to get yourself together, get your households in order
That's right.
so that you ain't getting hit by no okie doke.
Amen.
Okay? And I'm telling you that because of the fact of what is coming down the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all do realize 2024 is a new election, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't gonna like what's coming.
Mm-mm.
I can tell you that now. And we ain't even close to 2024. But there's so much stuff that is being prepared to get thrown into the mix now
Mm-hmm.
that you need to prepare yourself for what's
Mm-hmm.
coming. You got to prepare yourself for what's next.
That's it.
So I'm I don't I listen, listen. Um I love y'all dearly and don't know, you know, you guys but through the airways. But I love you enough to tell you the truth
That's
and
right.
to say whatever you gotta fix, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Get it together, get your life together, get your mind right, and do what's right.
That's right.
I'm telling you, the enemy is on his job and we not on ours.
Amen.
This dude 24/7. We don't do that.
Mm-mm.
We're not talking to the Lord and seeking him
Mm-mm.
24/7 about what he want us to do, how he want us to do it, where he need us to go, where he don't want to. We're not doing that. But the enemy is on his job. He get up every day ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 24/7. He on the prowl because he
That's
got
right.
people in place to be on the prowl.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you understand that the enemy got people in place to hunt you down all day long?
Mm-hmm.
He got people in place to be on your heel all day long. And the question is, are you running from him or are you running to him?
Mm-hmm.
Because you are unaware of what you encounter. I need you to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who you are in front of, because the Lord don't leave nobody stupid. He makes sure that he makes you aware of the atmospheres that you are encountering and people that you are around. When things don't feel right, baby, believe it.
That's right.
When things don't seem right, baby, believe it. And exit stage left. Don't stay. Am I telling you? Like one of my friends said, girl, I'm gonna start doing a FBI background check on everybody I meet.
I know
You
that's right.
know what I mean? That's what she said.
I know that's
And
right.
she just said, I'm tired of feeling like I'm getting fooled all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I understand. But that's what our discernment is for. Our discernment is there to tell us if this is wrong or if it's right. And it will. Because the Holy Ghost leads us into what? All truth.
That's
He ain't
right.
gonna leave us, he's not gonna leave us unaware.
That's right.
At the end of the day, if we want to know, the Lord gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Ask him. I
That's
promise you,
it.
he'll tell you. Ask him, he'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
And so the problem is we don't want to ask because we don't really want to know.
Right.
Because in this season, we still have an issue with letting people go.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, because there's just some things that you cannot take where he is trying to take you.
That's right.
And so, with that being said, it was going to be short and sweet and to the point for me anyway tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know my sis got to go because she got some things that she got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to get straight to the point with y'all. I need y'all to be aware of how you handle people,
That's right.
everyday people you meet.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to feel like you can judge a book by its cover because you can't.
That's right.
The book might look one way, but honey, when you start strolling through those pages, that book real good.
Yes.
Okay, and then sometimes the title of the book and the book itself don't match.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so vice versa, but you can't judge a book by its cover.
Amen.
Okay. So I just want y'all to understand that. Let's stop judging each other.
Mm-hmm.
I can't judge you based off of what you do because I don't know what make you do it.
Right.
Now, once you tell me your story, I'm gonna tell you, okay, well, you have the goal and the way to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, are you gonna fix it? Or are you gonna allow yourself to keep going through cycle after cycle
Mm-hmm.
after cycle? I had a conversation with somebody recently who said, I don't want to do what my parents did.
Mm-hmm.
And they felt like they were just going in the same cycle as their parents. Okay, so what you gonna do to fix it? What you gonna do to change it?
Mm-hmm.
Is the question. Now
Right.
that you know that some of these things are not yours and they coming from down the line, are you gonna be that one that's gonna be the breaker and break it? Or are you gonna continue to let it fester and it's gonna trickle down to your children too?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff goes down the line, right? And so at some point somebody gotta say, okay, we stopping this.
That's right.
This stop right here.
Mm-hmm.
My children ain't doing this. We not doing this.
That's right.
Okay. It stops right here. And on top of that, you got to be careful what doors you open, what gates you open, and who you opening them to. You got to be like a gatekeeper, okay, of your gate.
Mm-hmm.
To me, my life is a gated community. All right, you got to have a code to get in my gate,
That's
and
right.
everybody ain't got the code. I change the code every 24 hours. You catch what I'm saying? So it's like a security clink clink lockdown situation. You don't get the access to get that close. And so you have to be careful who you giving access to. And it's not just people, it's things too. Okay. There's some things that we got to get rid of, y'all. Some things that we got to stop doing. Some things that we have to undo because we got to do better and we got to want better. But I'm telling you guys, I need y'all to seriously prepare yourselves. I need y'all to stock up, store up money, food, perishable items, all of this stuff. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, something is coming. And
That's
we got
right.
to be There. All right. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. That was just it.
I
Um,
gave some announcements in the beginning. Y'all take heed to what Coco just said. Take heed to what I just said. Take heed to what LHG said. I gave some announcements in the beginning, but Coco, give your announcement on the conference July
mhm.
29th.
Yes.
Let
Okay.
the people know.
So yes, it is July 29th, the last Saturday in July. It's going to start at 6 p.m. It is virtual. It will be via Zoom. We are going to have Apostle Delmar Johnson. We're going to have Dr. K. We're going to have Elder Makisha Johnson. We are going to have Pastor Viviana de Cohen. And we are going to have Pastor Marvina Ward and Mr. Billy Bradley Jr. So we have a nice little lineup of people.
Yeah.
Um, Also going to have a psalmist that night. Um, and the MC is going to be none other than LHG. So
Yes.
we are going to just have a good old time. And the theme of that night and the theme of the conference is the finality of the midwife series. It is preparation, labor, and delivery. So I hope y'all ready.
Praise God.
Okay. Because I know we are, and everybody is like, look, we ain't got no virtual ushers now. So I'm giving the disclaimer. You your own usher because you in your
That's
own
it.
house.
That's
Okay.
it.
Now if you fall out, it's all right. We're gonna be praying for you on the other side of the screen and we're gonna bless him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we're gonna pray that you all right and you didn't crack your head open. That's what we're gonna do.
That's right.
So other than that, I hope y'all come and y'all enjoy and y'all have a wonderful time. The save the date flyer will be going up in April, which is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I do have an early bird special as well. Um, and I hope you guys take advantage of it because I'm just super excited.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to miss it, and I want it to be available to everyone. That's the reason why I'm opening it up to Zoom. Um, and I will even go as far as this. Everybody that purchased a early bird ticket, when you purchase, somebody gets a ticket. Catch
Praise
it.
God.
So I want you guys to be aware of that. Because I don't want nobody to miss it, and I've had people from the last two conferences that when they did miss it, if you cannot physically show up that night and you did pay for a ticket or your name was on the roster, I will send you the replay. Okay, but last year we didn't have time to record anything. When I tell you the Lord moved and he moved quickly, that was it. We didn't have time to record nothing last year. But we are going to be ready to do that this year so that if people who did pay were not able to attend due to work or some other type of reason, I will be able to send you guys the replay. All
Amen.
right.
Yep.
And then of course, I'm sure that if she mentioned the conference in July, I'm sure she mentioned the one for September. You guys don't want to miss that one because that one is in person. So you might want to have your face in the place.
And
Um,
we did I put the website up where you can purchase your tickets. You can click the link, quintjones.com/events is the link. And if you put in the coupon code early bird, you will get 50% off on
Come on,
general
y'all.
seating and VIP seating. So
Come on
whichever
here.
seat you decide to choose, you're going to get 50% off. So
And I do believe that she is having vendors, y'all. So I do believe that a vendor's table is like $70, I believe.
yes,
Um, so she is
75.
having, so she is having vendors, y'all. If y'all want a vendor's table, you need to let us know soon,
Yes.
okay? So that we can get you in and get you set up. It would be nice to have
Hmm.
some really good stuff that I ain't seen, for vendors in the place. That would be great.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and so that we can purchase, buy, and support from small businesses. That is what we are looking forward to being able to do. And we hope that you guys are ready. I know we are, and then we are setting up a worship night with Mr. Billy Bradley. So we're
Yes.
looking forward to that. That's gonna be in August.
Yes.
Um and yeah, we're just excited. So
And that is going to be in South Carolina, but
yeah,
all the information will be up here real soon.
soon.
And
Yep,
you
that's gonna
don't
be
want to miss that.
in Columbia, South Carolina. So we are looking forward to that. That is gonna be in August. I do believe that we agreed upon the last Saturday in
Hmm.
August.
Yes,
So
August
um
26th.
so I'm telling y'all, come prepared again. Bring your own sheet, boo. Bring your own sheet. Just come ready. Because I know that the Lord gonna do something. He always moves through worship. So
Yes.
we are excited about that. We got some other stuff coming down the pipe that we ain't gonna tell y'all about yet. Okay.
No.
Ain't no telling what's gonna happen in the month of October and November. So just don't know this year. You know what I mean? Who knows what's coming? And September, because I had a conference last year for my birthday. She had one for hers. We might do those again. We never know.
Never know.
You know what's gonna happen. So y'all
Might be a cruise conference. You
stay
never
tuned. We don't know
know.
what's going on. Just stay tuned. That's all we got to say. So yeah, but we're gonna live life this year and we're gonna learn how to live together and love on one another.
Yes.
All right. So remember this, that you need somebody.
Yes.
You were not meant to be in the world alone and to face life alone. So everybody needs somebody.
Amen.
All right. So y'all have a wonderful night. And if Quint don't have nothing else, y'all already know the motto. We love y'all in the life. We love you to live every day on purpose and make it count. And we will see y'all again next week.
Yes. Good night.